Sir, it is my esteemed pleasure to introduce Mr. and Mrs. Donald Trump. It's the Donald! Oh my God!
Donald Trump, a name that probably sparked more debates than we can count. But today, I want to take you somewhere different. We're not here to discuss politics or business deals. Instead, we're diving into something deeper, more personal. Donald Trump as a father. What's it like to raise children in the shadow of a man like Trump? What can we, as parents, learn from his journey? It's a complex story, one that reveals both strengths and flaws. So follow me down this rabbit hole that is Daddy Trump. To understand Trump the father, we first need to understand Trump the child. Imagine growing up in Queens, New York, in a family where success wasn't just encouraged, it was expected. Donald was the fourth of 5 children, and his father, Fred Trump, was a man who valued hard work and discipline above all else. Can you picture that? A childhood where ambition wasn't just a goal, but a way of life. Donald's home wasn't just a nurturing ground, it was a battlefield. Competing with his siblings for attention, he learned early on that resilience and determination were the keys to survival. These aren't just abstract ideas, they're the bedrock of who Donald Trump became, and later, how he raised his own children. Now, let's take a step deeper down this rabbit hole, where those early lessons began to shape his approach to fatherhood. Before we go any deeper, I want to take a moment and thank you for joining me on this journey down this rabbit hole. Hi guys, I'm Duran, and I'm a single dad raising my daughter at Medina. This channel, Legacies Unmasked, was born from my own search for parenting inspiration. For a long time, I've been curious about what I can learn from parents in history, their triumphs and their mistakes, and how those lessons can shape the way I raise my own daughter. As I learned about so many figures throughout history, I realized just how little we know about them as parents. So I decided to bring those stories to light, the good and the bad, and share my thoughts on what we can learn from their lives. I'm thrilled to have all of you with me on this journey. Now let's get back to where we left off, diving deeper into the life of Daddy Trump. As we descend further down the rabbit hole, let's talk about the relationships that molded Trump into the father he became. His relationship with his parents is where it all began. Fred Trump was more than just a father to Donald, he was a mentor and a role model. He set the bar high, and Donald was not just driven to meet it, but exceed it. But let's not forget Marianne, his mother. She wasn't in the business spotlight, but she brought a softer, nurturing touch that balanced the intensity of Fred's discipline. Then, in the early days of Donald building his empire, there was Roy Cohn, a figure who taught Donald that loyalty and strategy were paramount. Cohn's influence was beyond business. It touched the way Donald would later interact with his own children, teaching them to be tough, assertive, and always on guard. But relationships aren't always straightforward. Donald's life was also marked by conflicts, both within his family and with those around him. These experiences taught him the complexities of trust, and he carried these lessons into his role as a father, sometimes with a heavy hand. Now, as we go further down the rabbit hole, we start to see just how these relationships directly influenced his parenting. Let's go deeper into how Donald Trump's life experiences shaped his parenting style. Imagine being a child and watching your father constantly in the public eye, larger than life, with all eyes on him. For Trump's children, this was their reality. Growing up, they weren't just learning to tie their shoes or ride a bike. They were learning to navigate the pressures of being a Trump. Trump's relentless pursuit of success meant that his children often had to share him with the world. It's easy to wonder how that affected their relationship with him. But one thing is clear, Trump's focus on ambition and success was something he passed down with fervor. Education was a cornerstone of this. He pushed for the best schools and the highest achievements because in his world, success wasn't just expected, it was demanded. But with that push for success came the challenges of living in the spotlight. The Trump name was both a blessing and a curse. teaching his children resilience and adaptability at a young age. As we descend even further, we see how these life experiences molded not just the man, but the father, shaping the values he would instill in his children. Now we're getting to the heart of it, the traits that define Trump as a father. Let's start with the positives. Trump's ambition and resilience is undeniable. These are just words. They're a force that has driven his children to reach their own heights. He taught them the value of hard work, of setting high goals, and never backing down. For many, that's a legacy worth admiring. But as we know, every strength can cast a shadow. Trump's impulsiveness is one of those shadows. Imagine growing up in an environment where decisions are made on a whim, where the next headline could turn your world upside down. This impulsiveness sometimes created chaos, and his children had to learn to navigate this unpredictability often on their own. High expectations, too, can be a double-edged sword. While they drive success, they can also create immense pressure. Trump's children grew up with the weight of those expectations, a burden that sometimes left little room for emotional connection. As we dig deeper, we start to see the full picture, how these traits, both good and bad, shaped his children's lives and their relationship with their father. Let's take one more step down this rabbit hole of ours. We've gone deep, but now it's time to reflect. What can we learn from Donald Trump's approach to fatherhood? His story is a testament to the power of ambition and resilience. These traits can empower our children, teaching them to strive for greatness and overcome obstacles. But there's a cautionary tale here too. Trump's life reminds us that balance is key. Ambition without emotional support, resilience without compassion. These can lead to strained relationships and missed opportunities for connection. As we start to leave this rabbit hole, it's worth thinking about our own lives.
How do our experiences shape the way we parent?
Are we pushing our children too hard or not enough? Are we providing the support they need to thrive? Not just in their achievements, but in their hearts. These are the questions Trump's story brings to the surface, and are worth asking as we navigate our own journeys as parents. As we emerge from this rabbit hole, it's clear that Donald Trump's legacy as a father is as complex as the man himself. His emphasis on ambition and resilience has undeniably shaped his children into successful individuals. Yet, the challenges of impulsiveness and high expectations serve as a reminder of the importance of balance in parenting. Reflecting on Trump's life, I see both the strengths and the pitfalls that inform my own approach to raising my daughter. Like Trump, I value ambition and resilience, but I strive to balance those with emotional support and open communication, ensuring that she feels both empowered and loved. If you enjoyed today's journey and want to see what I've planned next, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when new videos drop. Trust me, if you like this one, you're going to love what's coming up. And if there's someone you're curious about, let me know in the comments below. I'm always looking for new stories to explore. Until we travel down the next rabbit hole together, remember, every family has a story, and each one offers lessons that can help us become better parents and individuals. Let's continue to learn from these legacies, one journey at a time.